السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. النهاردة هنعرض لكم فيديو لقاء تام مع ألان ديب اللي هو مؤلف كتاب One Page Marketing Plan أو خطة تسويقية في صفحة واحدة. باختصار كده الكتاب ده بيتكلم إزاي تقدر تعمل لشركتك خطة في صفحة واحدة. الصفحة دي هو مقسمها 3 صفوف وكل صف 3 بلوكات، يعني 9 أجزاء في الخطة كلها. أول صف بيتكلم عن قبل ما تبدأ تبيع للعميل 3 بلوكات من 1 ل3. الصف الثاني من 4 ل6 أثناء البيع، والصف الثالث من بعد ما تبيع للعميل البلوك من 7 ل9. دي كده بس يعني لمحة سريعة علشان يمكن توضح أسئلة هسألها له في اللقاء. الكتاب ده بسبب أهميته أنا لخصته على كذا حلقة في فيديوهات على قناتي على اليوتيوب، ممكن برضو ترجعوا لها لو محتاجين تعرفوا الأفكار المهمة في الكتاب. وطبعا حابب أشكر شركة Nexus Training and Development اللي هي نظمت اللقاء ده، واللي هي كمان عاملة دعوة لألان ديب إن هو يجي القاهرة خلال من الفترة 28 29 نوفمبر اللي جايين مع سبيكرز تانيين مشهورين جدا في مجالاتهم. أتذكر منهم مثلا جونا بيرجر مؤلف كتاب كونتيجيوس. خلال اللقاء ده إن شاء الله هنلتقي مع ألان ديب في حوار موسع أكتر. شركة نيكسوس طبعا مشهورة من زمان إن هي بتجيب أشهر مؤثرين في العالم وأشهر ناس في مجال البيزنس زي فيليب كوتلر وماركل بورتر جم قبل كده عن طريق ان هم ايفنتس نظموها، وستيفن كوفي، وانا سعيد جدا ان هم منظمين برضو الايفنت ده. اتمنى ان الجميع يستفيد منه. لو عايز تشترك هنسيب لينك لموقع شركة نيكسوس في الديسكريبشن. يلا نشوف اللقاء مع بعض.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine. My name is Íehاب. I'm very pleased to talk to you in person. I'm one of your very big fans.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Very nice of you to say.
I'd like to introduce myself first. I'm a retired surgeon.
Okay.
Yes, a neurosurgeon, and this was 30 years ago.
Wow.
Since 1991, I'm a businessman, business instructor, business consultant, trying to convey the business knowledge, especially to the small companies in Egypt and the rest of the Arab world.
Nice.
That's why I found your book exactly fitting with my audience. I read your amazing book more than a year ago, and I summarized it for Arab speakers.
Did you read it in Arabic or did you read it in English?
No, I read it in English. I don't like to read the business in Arabic. Okay. The translations between the Arab countries are not the same. There are no standard translations for many of the business terms. And I tried to explain the ideas in many videos. The ideas came in your book. I sent you an email. I tried to have the rights to publish it in Arabic, but maybe you or one of your team told me that you have already made an agreement with another company.
Yes, it's already in Arabic.
In Arabic, I knew that a publisher from Jordan,
yes,
is selling it in the area.
Yes,
and I see it in most of the recommended books in the region, in Arabic business books. Yes. And I'm very pleased to talk to you. This is amazing feeling. I can't express myself. I know that you are coming to Egypt by the end of next month, and this will be a very great opportunity to meet you in person.
Yeah.
Many fans, I'm expecting many fans in Egypt are waiting for you.
I'm very much looking forward to coming to Egypt. It will be my first time there.
Yeah. And have you studied to prepare any topic customized for the region of this part of the world?
I was born in Syria. Did you know? I don't know if you know. I was born in Syria.
I didn't know that.
My dad is from Syria, so or he was. He passed away, but yeah, I was born in Syria, so I understand Middle East culture, and I love it. Yeah.
The book is amazing.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. That's great to hear.
Yes, although you, as you said in the introduction, you came with nothing new, but the idea itself in less is more, that you are only 4% of the knowledge will give you 64%.
That's it.
This is very, very innovative idea.
That's true. That's true, and it really is the case. Yeah.
How did you come with this idea?
So I was working with many clients, and I wanted them to create a marketing plan, and many of them felt that this was something that was very difficult for them. They didn't know where to start. They thought that they had to hire a very expensive consultant. And so I created a process to make it easy for them to create a marketing plan. And so that's really where this came from. And so it was a process that I created for my own clients because I wanted them to be able to create a marketing plan very quickly, very easily, in a structured way. And so it was very successful with my clients. And so that's why I wrote the book, because I wanted more people to get access to this kind of knowledge and this kind of information. And so it's been incredibly successful. We've got millions of people all over the world now use this structure. So I'm very happy about that.
Yes, really, that's right. Are you planning to come with a next edition of the book shortly, or
I am. I'm right now writing the next version of the book. So, and that's going to be really taking the structure of the current book and really creating an implementation guide. So, how do you actually do the marketing? How do you actually structure your tools, your assets, your processes, your team, all of those sorts of things? So the first book is very much talking about strategy, because this is very important. It's like an architectural blueprint. And the next book is really going to be talking a lot more tactical things. So what physical, visible actions do we need to take daily, weekly, monthly to do marketing effectively?
Great. This will be a great addition to the book. Some small companies in the region, they think that marketing is a Western, or specifically an American science,
yep,
which does not match our society, our culture. How do you think about that? Is it really that we need to create our own marketing science, or you think that marketing is dealing with humans and societies and respect these variations?
Yeah, look, marketing to me is the combination of psychology and maths, really. So meaning that we need to make a profit, and we need to also use psychology. And wherever there's human beings, both of those things are universal things, psychology and maths. And so whether it's in the Middle East or United States, United Kingdom, we're all human beings. We all have emotions. We all have fears. We all have hopes. We all have desires. And so we all want to make a difference in our businesses. And so that's why I've seen everywhere from China to Middle East to United States, United Kingdom, in Asia, everyone is using the concepts that I use in the book very, very successfully. So it's very applicable. Of course, we need to be aware of local customs, local cultural things. You know, in some cultures, certain words and certain phrases and certain ways of doing things is different. So, of course, we need to be aware of those things. But the 95% of the material is applicable across all cultures, across all regions, or across all nations. And I think that's really exciting, because I notice that in some of these, like, for example, in the Middle East, a lot of companies are not using these things. So that's an exciting thing that is a big opportunity for a lot of companies, because they've got the opportunity to implement marketing at a much higher level.
Great. I know that your book is very much suited for the small businesses.
Yeah.
How you think that the main differences in marketing application and practice in small and large companies, especially the marketing budget part?
Yeah. So small companies obviously have smaller budget, smaller time frame, and smaller amount of tools to get things done. Large company has maybe millions of dollars, maybe years to get a result, and they can spend a lot of money to do branding and all of those sorts of things. Whereas a small business needs to get results on a small budget in a very small time frame. And so the strategy will be different, right? Just the same as if I build a 100-story building or if I build maybe a 2-story house, the strategy is going to be different, right? So the budget is going to be different, the time frame is going to be different. So we need to keep that in mind as well. So making sure that we're using strategies that actually work for a small business. And if you have a look at some of the large companies, when they started, they were using different strategies to what they're using now. So it's important to look at what they did to grow, not where they are now and what they're doing right now.
So I think that it's much better for the small companies to focus on direct marketing, social media, online marketing, and spend their budget there better than outdoor and TV advertising, which is not, maybe they cannot afford that.
Yeah, and it's okay to do outdoor and TV advertising as well, but it depends, what do you want to happen from that? So if I was to advertise on TV or outdoors or something like that, I would want someone to do something as a result. So I would want someone to visit a website or phone a phone number or do something. So that's what we mean by direct response marketing, meaning we want someone to do something as a result. Whereas a lot of the advertising that you see from big companies, it's more about brand recognition. They just show you the logo or the colors or something like that, and they hope that you remember their brand. And that's a strategy that works, but it's very, very expensive and takes a very long time. And most small businesses don't have that kind of time frame and that kind of budget. So if you're spending many millions of dollars, then that's okay. Then maybe that's a strategy that can work for you. But most small businesses that I work with have a smaller budget and they have a smaller time frame.
Great. In square or rectangle number 7 in your one-page marketing plan, you mentioned the world-class or the best customer service to keep our customers.
Yes.
Talking about our region, the level of customer service we have is much lower than the average customer service in the US, England, and Europe.
Yeah.
And I think maybe this was the condition decades ago. How do you think we can improve this culture in the region, the customer culture as a whole?
So many times entrepreneurs and business owners think about getting new customers, and that's important. We want to get new customers, but imagine if every customer that you ever got stayed with you, bought more from you, referred new business to you, and helped you expand your business. That would create massive effects in your business, massive positive effects and massive return on investment. So I think of creating a world-class experience. It's not just being nice to the customer. It's really a very smart business strategy to create people who are referring your business, who are writing positive reviews, who are telling other people about your business, because very often, if they get poor customer service, they will tell all their friends and they will tell all their family, and that will impact you negatively. So we want to have a positive impact on that, and creating a world-class experience is very, very important part of that. I often talk about the one-page marketing plan, and a lot of people think that marketing finishes when the sale is made. No. That's really when marketing is, you're halfway, because a lot of the marketing happens after someone buys from you. What's the experience going to be? How are you going to sell them more? How are they going to refer new clients to you? So all of those things is really where the world-class businesses make the most of their revenue.
Great. Some of the managers of small businesses in our region, they argue that this level of customer service is made only for big companies, and small companies cannot afford the cost of customer service. How do you see this argument?
I think you can't afford not to have good customer service, because most people, myself included, I'm sure you're the same, we go where we are treated best, right? If someone treats us badly, we're not going to go back. if someone treats us well, we're going to go back. So it's a very, very simple idea. People go where they are treated best. So that's what we want to do. We want to treat our customers really, really well, both for them and for us. It's an exchange of value.
Mm-hmm. Personal branding, some say that we are living in the age of personal branding.
Yes.
And that every company, every professional can benefit from it. How do you think about personal branding, and how does it fit in your one-page marketing plan for the small business? Yes.
I think it's a very, very important part. So in block 7, which we were talking a world-class experience, I talk about how can you become a voice of value to your target market. So it's more than just creating a transaction in your business, because if you're purely transactional, then people will judge you based on price. So if someone else has a cheaper price than you, and they see it as equal, well, then they'll buy from you. Well, whereas if you become a voice of value, meaning you become a thought leader in your industry or your business or your type of product that you sell, then people will seek you out. People will seek out someone who is an expert, who is an educator, who is someone who is a voice of value in that niche. And I think that's incredibly important. It's the reason you and I are talking today. It's the reason I'm coming to Egypt, because you saw my book, you liked my material, you connected with my personal brand, and that's why we made that connection. Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened. So I think and every single day someone is reaching out to me. Can you come and speak at our event? Can you come on our podcast? Can we join your coaching program? Whatever it is. And that's all because I've built that personal brand, because I've invested in that. I spend a lot of time, money, and energy with my team to create that personal brand. I think that's incredibly important.
Mm. And is it suitable for all industries, all activities, all sizes of companies to focus on personal branding, or is it just made for professionals and small businesses? What do you think?
I think it's applicable to all businesses. Now, if you have a look at new platforms that are coming up, like TikTok and things like that, this is all based on a personal connection with a person. And, on these platforms, there's everyone who's talking about, from health to exercise to B2B products and services, but it's always connected to a person. It's never really connecting to a company, right? It's someone who's talking about their product, their service, their industry, what's happening, telling a story. Those are incredibly important things. And so people want to connect with people. People are addicted to other people. That's one thing that we really need to understand is, how do we tell stories that are compelling? How do we connect with people on an emotional level? Because people can buy from people. Often I hear people say, well, what about B2B or B2C? And I say, don't worry about B2B, B2C. Worry about H to H, human to human, right? That's the connection. Whether you're selling in a business or a consumer or whatever else, you want to make that human to human connection. And that's really where your personal brand, where your story, where your unique angle on things is going to come into place.
Great. The voice of customer is now much louder than before.
Yes.
How can we use this voice of customer to work on our side, not against us, in the social media?
Yeah.
Some say that we cannot control what customers say, and it is impossible to control the content they are spreading or sharing on the social media. And they think that this is uncontrollable for the companies. It's outside. We control our employees, our products, but voice of customers is not our business.
Yeah. Well, you can't control what someone says or does, but you can influence it in a positive direction. So it goes back to creating that world-class experience. So if I created a great experience for you, it's much more likely that you will write positive things about me and my business. The other thing that is really powerful about this is now we can use customer feedback to change our product, to improve our product. So I think of it as a cycle. So prior to this, we had to guess, what will our customer want? What will they like? What will they not like? What's what's the thing that they're going to buy or pay for. Now we can hear it directly from them. We can see in our reviews, what are the things they liked? What are the things that they didn't like? I do that with my book. For example, I'll have a look at the reviews of my book, and, fortunately, mostly they're all positive, but I also pay attention to what did people like and what did people not like? And I'm going to use that feedback in my next book. So that's very, very powerful. And so if you're selling any kind of product, it's so important to follow customer feedback, because you can improve that product and create something that people actually want. It's almost like being a mind reader. Like previously you had to guess, you had to think, I think this audience will want this or that. Now you can actually know what they like, what they didn't like, what you can improve, and what was really good with your product.
Right. Some of the companies, service providers especially, they feel that we always talk about selling products, tangible goods, and they claim that we are forgetting them. We are not talking about services as much as we are talking about packaging of tangible products, selling products. Is this right? I mean, most of the literature is ignoring services, or what do you think?
I don't think it is. I think it's funny. A lot of people, like I get email every single day from readers, and some people say, I think your stuff applies to B2B, but does it apply to B2C? And then other people say, looks like your stuff applies to B2C, but not really B2B. And others are saying, it looks like it applies to products, but not services. And others looks like it applies to services, but not products. So it depends what you're looking for. But really, it comes back to what we discussed in the beginning. We're all human beings. We all have emotions. We all have fears. We all have hopes. We all have desires. And so this is what we want to tap into marketing, whether we're selling a product or whether we're selling a service. We want to tap into the emotions that people have, the motivations, the hopes, the fears, the desires. And so regardless of what you're selling, whether it's a product or a service, all of these things apply equally. So we have a lot of clients that we consult with. Some sell e-commerce products, some sell consulting, some sell services, some sell financial advice, some sell medical or legal treatment. So we work with clients across all over the world, across all sorts of industries. And yes, of course, there are different things that we might do with like an e-commerce company versus like a medical company. So of course, there are some small differences. But the concepts and the ideas are all very, very similar. So some of the tactical execution is a little bit different. So for example, with an e-commerce company, we might do a promotion where we do 10% off or 20% off or something like that. Whereas with a surgeon, someone who's a doctor, we wouldn't probably do a promotion like that.
I think there are some differences and challenges in services marketing being intangible, and customers are not able to test it before maybe buying. How you advise the service providers to overcome these challenges in service marketing?
Yeah, so when you're selling something that's intangible, you've always got a bigger challenge, because we're selling something that's invisible, right? So we need to create that concept in someone's mind about the result that they're going to get. Like if you buy a car, you're going to get a car, and you know what a car does and all of that.
Can test drive it before.
What's that?
You can test drive the car before buying it.
Exactly. You can test drive before, you've got some concept. But if you're selling something that's invisible or intangible, you need to talk about what their life is going to be like after they've used your service. So, and it's taking people from their current condition to a better condition. That's what we really want to do. Taking someone from point A to point B, from a worse condition to a better condition, from being lost to being found. And that's really what we want to do when we're marketing something that's intangible or invisible.
Great. You mentioned your next book. Are you planning to author a new book shortly?
Of course, yes. I'm working on my next book right now. And so this book is all going to be about the tactical implementation. So it's the things that we teach in our coaching program. So exactly how to implement some of these strategic elements. So what to do on social media, what assets to build, how to create email campaigns that work well. So all of these things are things that I'm covering in the current book. So I'm working on it right now. So it's a lot of hard work to write a book, but I'm really enjoying the process.
I know very much that it's very hard to write a book. Yes, I myself, I'm trying to do that for maybe the last 15 years, and I keep failing and failing and failing.
Well, you're not failing. You're just finding new ways to do it.
Yes. And for your business consultations, what do you think the best value you can give for your customers in marketing, in strategic marketing, in planning, in promotion, in branding, or all of them for you are the same? Do you have any specific interest in one of marketing parts?
Yeah, so the things that we do work across all industries and across all types of clients, but we find the best clients are people who sell something of high value. So if you sell something for a low value, maybe $10, $5 or whatever, you have to sell many of them to make a return on investment. But if you sell something of high value, maybe consulting services, maybe it's legal or something else, or high ticket items, it's very, very easy to get a return on investment with that, because we don't need to sell thousands of units to get a result. We can usually 1, 2, 3, 4 clients will get you a good positive return on investment. So, but having said that, we work with people who sell large volumes of low cost products and low volumes of higher end products. And so a lot of the clients get very, very good benefits from that.
Great. I think it's about time. I am very pleased to talk to you, and thank you very much for your time. Looking forward to meet you in Egypt by the end of next month, the event organized by Nexus Training and Development. And I hope you enjoy your stay in Egypt during this event.
It's my pleasure to speak to you, Dr. Íehab. I'm really looking forward to meeting you. And yeah, thank you very much to Nexus and Training Development for the invitation. I'm really looking forward to my first live event in Cairo in November. So I'm really looking forward to that. So this will be really, really cool. So yeah, thank you very much, Nexus Training and Development, for the invitation. And we'll be there for the first time on the 29th of November. So really looking forward to it.
Right. Meeting you there. Okay.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.